Come on, Slim, wake up. Dude, make me something to eat. I'm hungry. Well, hey, everybody. Jeff Williams here with SJeffWilliams.com. Yeah, I know what we're doing today. Well, today we're going to go out to some intrusion-related deposits. Because I remember I told you I was going to take you out there, but I can't get Slim up for nothing. He's in there, sleepy bones. Oh, man, what am I going to do? But before we do that, I want to say a big cowboy howdy out there to Adam and his 4 daughters. That would be Hannah, Zoe, Cody, and Madison. Hey, you know who you are. So here we go. I'll leave him alone. Yeehaw! Yeah, no. So anyway, I wanted to go out there, these intrusion-related deposits, but I can't get out there because the knucklehead in there sleeping. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I'll take you out to the Duplex mine. I love that place. I've been going out there since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. So we're gonna get out there and do that. I'm gonna leave old lazy bones in here. You stay here while I go out to Searchlight. So anyway, you know what I'm gonna say, huh? Hey Slim, you know what I'm gonna say, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So come on, let's go. Wow, that ore, the color looks terrible though. Ooh, look at this skip car. Wow. Well, hold on, let me get over there. I know, I gotta watch out for that collar. Because that collar's looking real dangerous. You can see where all the timber's rotted away and sloughed off. See that? That's called a skip car. There's another one that was hooked up to it in tandem. They go up there and dump automatically. You can see this long bar, and it would rotate in and dump automatically. Really cool the way these work. Anyway, where are we at? Well, today we're at the famous Duplex mine in Searchlight, Nevada. Why am I here? One of the few head frames left standing. Most of them have either been torn down, burned down, or in a lot of cases, the wind has just knocked it over. And you can see where this one's about ready to go too. I gotta keep my eye on that wheel because I don't want it to hit me in my little head because that's gonna hurt real bad. Okay, so what's going on? Well, this is a really interesting mine. Now, if you don't know anything about this mine, this was the first mine in Searchlight. And what's more is the founder of Searchlight found this mine. His name was George Colton, and he came through here in the 1870s. And the town got its name because when he came through, he said, you know what? There ain't no gold here. You're gonna need a searchlight to find it. Well, he found it, and he sunk a shaft right here because there was an outcropping not far, and he was gonna get up underneath it. Anyway, the first deposit, or I should say, the first load he took to the mill, averaged 72 ounces per ton. Woo! That's some good looking gold. And you don't want to know something else? It's really strange because the ore is traveling in lead carbonate or sericite, for you guys out there that know geology. And you have silicified zones in there, and of course everything's weathered all the way down. And more of the gold was found in the lead, which is lead carbonate, than anywhere else, which is really bizarre. And of course they found galena and pyrite, all kinds of sulfides down there too. But I wanted you to take a look at this because I'm sure in a few years it'll be gone. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go around and show you some pictures of it so you can see what a modern day mine looked like back in the 1890s. And this thing's a big one. I've been down this one years ago, and this thing goes on forever. I even got the blueprints to it. It's a beautiful gold mine. So anyway, I'm gonna take you around here and we can see what we can see. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm gonna say, huh? What am I gonna say, huh? So come on, let's go. Yeah. Ooh, look at this. Wow, that's one heck of a head frame, huh? Hello. Okay, now take a look. You can see where they had silver and then green. I think the silver was the primer. And I noticed that back then they painted everything green. I don't know why. But anyway, probably because it was a cheap paint. So let me tell you, there's an ore chute right here on the side. And that was put in later. The trucks would back up and they would dump the ore via that way. And then here's another one right here. See this? And it's still got good ore in there. So anyway, the trucks would back up here and they'd take it down to the mill. And then before that, of course, the wagons would come and get it. What are you thinking, Jeff? Tell us some geology about this place. Okay, now, the host rock down here, or country rock as they call it, is called andesite porphyry. Here's a big old piece of it right here. Okay, it's a volcanic rock. It's an extrusive rock, intermediate. And what would happen is that the deposits are going to form in what's called lead carbonate, like I told you earlier. So what they'd do is they'd go down there and they'd find it in these big pipe chutes. The ore bodies would be all irregular in mass, but most of it had a strike to the northwest. And you can see that where the stopes popped up to the surface. And there was one level, level 5, where they actually found a bunch of free mill gold on quartz, but that was the only place. Other than that, had a bunch of sulfides. But anyway, I wanted you to see this thing. This thing is a monster. You imagine shipping this thing on rail? And I want to tell you something else. Look at this. Okay, now if you're really interested about learning more about Searchlight, I highly recommend these books. First one is Searchlight by Harry Reid. Now it's called The Camp That Didn't Fail. Good book. I read it several times. We can tell you everything you want to know about this place. Now you want to know geology and you want to see blueprints and everything else, get the Mines of Clark County. And it's got everything from Searchlight to El Dorado Canyon to Crescent, all those neat places, and it tells you the geology, and it even has blueprints to the tunnels and mines that are underground here, so you can see if you ever get down inside of there. And then one of my favorites is Mining Camp Days, if you ever get a chance to read through that way you get an idea what it was like back in the old days. But get those books, okay? So, all right, I'm going to take you over here to the hoisting works, because there used to be a building here, but I guess the wind blew it down or something happened, but I want to show you. We used to play it when we were kids. Whoop, wasn't supposed to say that. So you know what I'm going to say, huh? You know what I'm going to say, huh? So come on, let's go. And of course, back in the day, they didn't have this. They just had these steam engines to hoist up and down with. But I wanted you to see this because you don't see this anymore, because they get taken away and carted away during World War II for all the steel and the iron. So come here, take a look at this hoisting drum. Hoist me up, buddy. What? Ching, ching, ching. Okay, so the operator would be sitting here. There'd be a chair here. See that? And you had the controls here for the power, which was that right there. These is for the hoisting drums. And you can't really see it, but there's an indicator right here. And what does that do? That tells him how deep that skip car is. All the way down, all the way back up. So he's watching that. You don't want to bother him when he's up here. And over here you can see another Westinghouse electric motor. See that? And they had it hooked directly up into this system right here for hoisting. So you can tell that this has been modified, because back in the old days they only ran them off of steam. There used to be a big building here, but you can see where that hoisting drum cable goes all the way up to the top of the head frame. See how the head frame is kind of listing to the right there? You can't take much to knock it over. I wanted you to see this. And like I said, back in the day when I used to come out here all the time, there was a big building here, but you can see that it blew down right here and they stacked it all up. Of course, this is all on private property, so. And yeah, we got permission to be here. Wow, look at that collar. See that? Ooh-wee, that's worse than I remember. You can see where the collar's all collapsing there into the shaft. And I remember when I was a kid, it wasn't that bad. There ain't no way I'd go down in that. And all these beams are rotten. You see that? Well, this is all coming apart. Man, that's a death trap waiting to happen. But I just wanted you to see this. Like I said, you can see where they ran electrical cables down there back in the 30s when they were running this stuff. And they got a little guard around here so you don't fall in. But it goes down quite a ways. Like I said, the water table's not that far down, maybe about 500-600 feet. And of course, you got levels everywhere underneath here. And the problem is that the andesite is fractured horribly. And that makes for soft ground. That's why you got a lot of these open stopes that have collapsed in, and it makes it really nasty up here if you're walking around and not knowing what you're doing. I know. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today's short little episode on the Duplex Mine. And if you like today's episode, please rate, share, and
subscribe.
That's right, subscribe. And of course, leave me, Slim, and Nevada Jack a comment. Want to know about the thing about this craziness. So until next time, this is Jeff Williams and
Nevada Jack.
We're at JeffWilliams.com. Say, do you want to see some history before it goes away? Well, you better get out here now, and I mean like today. So come on.
Come on.
Let's go.